Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I am Pamela Marie Edmunds, and I am your host of All Animals Deserve Love. I am a medium. I am an animal communicator, obviously a host. I also do pet communication, I just said, and I do pet. I'm a pet investigator, which is a pet detective, which is an important key here for tonight's show. And for those of you who are curious, all of the above work together somehow. And I've been doing this work. I've been a medium now for over 20 years. I've been a radio show host now since about 2001. Work with a different title, but that's okay. And I also host a second show here right now at this time. What I mean is currently on Wednesday nights, I also host a show called Love Never Dies. And let me just real quickly share this next week's Love Never Dies. I'm going to have a medium from New Hampshire. I do know she's moving west, not sure where and when, but she's originally from New Hampshire. And her name is Amy Major, and she does something called rescue mediumship. And basically, rescue mediumship is about helping the energies that get stuck between the two planes, between the earth plane and between the spirit realm. And that's very, very common. And so it should be an interesting show. As I said, her name is Amy Major. She's a teacher, she's a psychic medium, and she's got a lot to share. And specifically, she does have she's got 2 books out on that rescue mediumship. So that should be a good show. That'll be next Wednesday evening. My time in Arizona starts at 5. It depends on where you're at as far as what time it starts for you. And let's see. So I know what I wanted to say. So if you're seeking interest in finding out more information about one of the shows, you didn't get to see a post because I do put posts out on Facebook. I do put it out on my Facebook page, which is Pamela Marie Edmunds. You can find the information on my website, and that's PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. Okay, there is a page there for each show. Matter of fact, I just went in and updated a bit, and it lists the upcoming dates and who we have coming up. And I can list a few names here that are coming up that ought to be good. Let's see what's happening. The 14th, I'll be doing on Love Never Dies, Messages of Love from Heaven. That's where I give messages to those who are present here in the Zoom room. I'm also going to do and that's a once-a-month show. And the All Animals Deserve Love that week, the 15th, I will be doing messages from pets. The 21st on Love Never Dies, wonderful international medium will be with us. He is finishing up his 2nd book right now. And his name is Reverend Stephen Herman. He's originally from Massachusetts. He's living now, I believe, in California, but has lived in New Zealand for a bit of his life. That's where his kids are. And the show is going to be called Mediumship Mastery. Let me see what else I have special coming up. I'm still filling dates, so if you know anybody who is of interest for the show, on the November 18th date of Love Never Dies, another woman by the name, she's a spirit medium. She draws spirit. Her name is Nancy Smith. I actually know her personally from Massachusetts. And the title of the show will be Spirit Art. So she's going to share about how spirit works with her. I do know she does teaching of this work, and she ends up posting on her website, likenesses of, first off, the drawing that she's given to draw, and I need to put it that way, that she is given to draw, because spirit literally will guide her and tell her, no, that's not right, or yes, this is right. And then often a photograph will come and appear from a family member or friend that will look very similar to the picture. So that is wonderful. All right. And let me see if there's another. I know I've got another special one coming up in December. I want to share some of these special days with special people. The end of December. This one here, mark on your calendar. It's going to be the 30th of December. And a reminder for those of you who are involved in daylight savings time. The November 1st is when we shift again. Arizona, we do not shift. So I will be starting the show here at 5 at the same time, and all of you will be checking in for the show an hour earlier. Okay, if you do honor that daylight savings time. I've got a wonderful spiritual medium from Connecticut by the name of Elaine Kosmeskis. Wonderful, sweet woman. And good evening. Hi, Joanne. Elaine Kosmeskis, she's authored about, I'm going to say she's got about 6 books out now. But she's a medium. She has her own center. She's a wonderful, wonderful, sweet lady. And her most recent book is Healing with Spirit. Think about it. Anybody here listening to me who does Reiki? Does spirit come in to help with that? Bring energy in? Or other types of healing modalities? How about people who are highly sensitive and can, what's the word I want to say? Can get communication from their spirit guides or loved ones. And they can answer questions for you, right? I know for me it's happened. So that's sort of an upcoming list at this moment. And actually that list is more in detail than what's on my website right now. I basically will post a month out and want to let our visitor who just came in, Joanne, it's good to see you. And want to say to you that all the shows are posted. Right now, I've got what shows I can do posted on my website, PamelaMarieEdmunds.com. This show here, All Animals Deserve Love, it's got its own page. You got to kind of look for radio shows, and then there's a drop down, and it'll give you a drop down for both shows. And both shows have the pages, they have the information there, but also something that everybody's always looking for is the codes to get into the room, the Zoom room, okay? And each show stays the same from week to week as far as those codes, okay? So this particular show here tonight would use the same code next week and the week after and following, okay? That way it's not so crazy. So tonight, I was sharing here, we have Judith from Georgia, and Joanne, where are you from, dear?
I'm from Boston.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Okay. And both of you, Joanne, I think, have I met you before?
I think so.
Okay. My hair this is the a la natural. Okay. If you understand how many people went a la natural over the past year here now. But this is the a la natural. I used to be brunette, and I am from.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. And I am originally from Massachusetts, and now am out in Sedona, Arizona, and in broadcasting from Sedona, with the red rocks. Matter of fact, just before I opened up the Zoom room, I just went out for a little ride just to kind of soak up the wonderful energy. So if you get the opportunity, do bring yourself out here. Okay.
I've been there. Yes, it's
Right.
God's country.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, and for those of you too, I want to just quickly say, I am also connected with the spiritualist churches. So that's where I often see a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I am pursuing my ministry through that to become a minister. So it's just a matter of me getting the right focus, I think.
I think that's where I met you, Pam, was the Spiritualist Church in Swampscott.
Yes, that would fit very much, dear. Very much. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad you're here. So tonight, the show is obviously All Animals Deserve Love. But the subtitle is, Where Did My Pet Go? Now, some of you already, one or two of you already know what I'm talking about, but what's happened for me, I will share, is yes, I've been a practicing medium for some 20 plus years on the platform where Joanne probably saw me at one of the churches, also radio, and fairs and holistic events, etc. And most of that work has been with people on the other side, okay? Loved ones on the other side, say a grandma, a child, a sister, a brother, okay? And what happened over the years, every once in a while, as part of the identification for that person, I might sense a dog up against my ankle, okay? Or a cat. And I might give us enough smaller description on the animal, but the focus is more on the person, okay? And what's happened, okay, I can tell you one time too, I was really blessed, was working with somebody. This was a house gathering, a home gathering. And this woman had lost her horse a few years before. And apparently was quite traumatic. And I was able to help her connect with the horse, let her know that she didn't do anything wrong. The horse was at peace, and for her to stop with the guilt. It's a very similar scenario that happens with us and say a loved one, a child, or a friend or something, okay? So that was my first opening, but this was a number of years ago, first opening to doing this work with the animals. I didn't realize how important it was until I'm talking about it now, okay? And my next biggest opening is a beloved pet I had for about 14 years. Earth Angel. And matter of fact, he's here, right here next to my, here's a picture of him, but he's also here in spirit. This is him as a puppy. I think Judith has seen him before. Okay? This is him as a puppy. He was probably about, right after I got him, he was, oh gosh, it was maybe, I think it was around 3.5 months old. Okay? And I don't know if you can tell, he's actually in an RV with me. You see the floor? Okay. And see the carpet, it's an older RV, and this is, so he's up near the hood, the hump, okay? And I adopted him out here in Arizona. I'm originally from Massachusetts, okay? Adopted him, we hung out together, he was my little protector. I got homesick, went back east, and he came with me. We drove cross country. I sold the RV before we left, and drove a little station wagon across country. It's a pretty good distance going from Massachusetts to Sedona to Massachusetts.
Sure is.
Yeah, and I stuck around Massachusetts for a while. This was because I adopted him back in about 2000, 2001. And what ended up happening, obviously, he went back with me and got to meet all the family. And um, I always had this urge that I had to come back. And I don't know how. To me, it was a strong inner calling to the area. I'd been up. I would come to visit a couple times. I'd see the Red Rock, and it was home. I'd start crying. Okay. So my beloved father passed in 2015, and there was some money that was freed up. And Earth Angel and I made the trek cross country again. Okay. And got here Christmas Day, just enough to see the Red Rocks before the sun went down, and had Christmas dinner waiting for me. And Earth Angel got sick shortly after I got here, because I had the push that I had to be out here by that certain time. I didn't realize part of it was he had been sick and he was getting sicker. Okay. So I ended up having to put him down, put him to sleep the next month, January. And because he'd been with me for so many years now, this animal would sit with my clients. I did healing modalities, and he would either curl up underneath them or he'd be in their lap. So he was working with the energies, as a lot of animals do, right? If you really, really look at what they're doing. And once I started getting through some of the grief, which I discovered he and I had a soul connection, which didn't surprise me, that he started communicating through me. And we started doing some, I need to say, some channeling he started channeling to me from the spirit side of life. And then at some point, let's see, now he's been gone about 4 years. Say about 2.5 years ago, I got the nudge I needed to get another pet. And living alone and being very independent, I was not being drawn to a dog, because a dog takes a lot more attention. I got a nudge to go and look for a cat, which I love cats too. And I was told exactly where it was. My guides told me exactly where he was, told me what he looked like. And my comment to them was, how will I know it's him? Well, this particular shelter I went to that they told me to go to, they have it's sectioned off. You know, the cats are in one area and the dogs are in another area, right? And then they have separate rooms where they separate some of them, because not all animals get along, okay? Well, this one, I walked into the main room and then decided to go into one of the side rooms where I could see glass. It's a glass wall and stuff. I could see all these animals. This one particular cat greeted me at the door and talked up a storm. And guess what color it was? It was black and white, as I had been told. And he was here a moment ago. Actually, he's behind me. He said hello to Judith.
Yes,
He is his name is Sylvester, and he is a black and white, what's the word I want to call it? Tuxedo kitty. Yeah, tuxedo kitty.
Beautiful.
And he and I do telepathic communication. And I'm still learning more and more how to work with him. It's just me altering my state of consciousness, my level to him. Just like when, if you ladies are those of you listening, because we have other people maybe listening to this once it gets put on YouTube, just to let you know, Joanne, it gets, I will post these on YouTube, and there are other videos there. It's connecting to their vibration. When we work with spirit, they lower theirs to us. And when we do meditation, we then raise our vibration closer to them, right?
Yes.
Now, Sylvester's a little different, okay? And he, couple ways he lets me know. He first lets me know he's going to message. My poor cell phone has some bite marks on it. You probably can't see it here, but he literally puts his mouth around it. And a dear beloved friend who also is involved in this work will be talking on the phone with me, and I'll say, guess what? Sylvester wants to talk to you. He's got a message, okay? And then she'll get a message from some 2,000 miles away is where she is. But for me, it's almost like I've got to shift. I'm not sure which way I'm shifting it, but I'm shifting it so I'm connecting to what he wants to communicate. Okay. All right. And see if at some point before this particular show's over, I can get him to come up and say hello. Okay. So that's where pets come in. The topic of tonight's show is, where did my pet go? Well, Earth Angel, I found out, went to the spirit world, right? That was a pretty easy thing for me, even though I was grieving, okay? But how many people out there have a beloved pet that disappears and they have no clue of whatever happened to it, right? A dog might get out, take off running.
Yeah.
A cat sneaks out. Where is the pet? How do you find out? Well, this is part of what pet detective work is. People will reach out to myself and to others who are we're part of a team. We work with a group called Pet Detectives International, but I also work on my own. We do teamwork or solo work, whatever feels right. And someone may reach out to us and say, my cat's been missing. I have no idea what's happened to him. And he's been gone for X amount of days. He was gone from this particular place. Well, there's a couple ways that I would work with that. First, where is the pet? Is the pet still here? Or is the pet gone to the spirit world? That right there is the first key. Okay? And what would I do? First off, I might check in with Earth Angel. What I do is I do prayer. This is the way I work. And actually, prayer is very important for all of this work. If you are connecting with somebody who isn't doing any prayer, I would tell you to find somebody who does, okay? Because we all can pick up all kinds of energies. And basically, when we're doing any of this kind of work, we want to get the best and highest good that we can get, right? And we don't want it from tomfoolery, okay? We want it from sources of light. So what happens is I'll simply do a prayer and ask Earth Angel. I says, I've got such and such a kitty named whatever, pet mom is this, and the location I'll share where the animal's missing. And if the pet's crossed over, Earth Angel will immediately say, Mom, he's with us. Okay? And then I can go on and ask more from him or any of my other guides to fill in some of the gaps. The other scenario, of course, is that the pet's still here, right? You know how hard it is to find a cat sometimes? What's guided me to do this particular show tonight is I am working with, not going to give any names, I'm not going to give locations, but I am working with somebody to help find her kitty. Okay. So I wanted to know where they lived, and the list goes on. You don't need to give me extra information. Is a kitty an indoor kitty or an outdoor kitty? And then for me to connect with either, say, Earth Angel, another guide, or Sylvester now. Sylvester's giving me answers. And it's almost as if I'm working with a different guide. I don't know if both of you work with spirit or you understand the concept. When guides come in and change, it's off. Okay, when guides change, it's off because we have been changing. Okay, the medium, the individual, we've grown. So we've grown out of the old guides. So they're taking us to another level. Okay. Well, that's what started happening with this particular case. I was drawn to pull up a map, which now we can get wonderful Google Maps on the computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had the street address. And I was drawn to looking at the different visuals. Had some clues, knew there was water nearby, wasn't sure what it was, knew that this area had some sort of connection to a farming area. And as I started looking at these pictures, I said, yeah. And finally realized after talking to the pet mom that this one blue line, I wasn't sure if it was a path, a trail. It was a stream. And it ran across down the road across from the home. Okay? Because when you think about it, if an animal's disappeared and is still alive, it needs something water to drink, needs shelter, food. That might be a little bit harder sometimes. Or actually, any of them could be hard. Okay? And so at this moment, Sylvester has been giving me about the maps. Mom, check the maps out. And I even got a message. I got a message from him night before last. See, spirit works when they connect with you when you're most open, right? And the other night I woke up and I'm like, okay, all right, this is a message from Sylvester, even though he's curled up the other side of me. All right? He's giving me a message. And it's like, Mom, keep your focus on the maps. Okay. So I looked at the maps some more and I was able to pinpoint an area that I was intuitively drawn to and encouraged the pet mom to get over to some of these houses, these homes, to see if the cat had been seen there. Because this kitty now had been gone since, he's been gone now 2 months, believe it or not. But he's a little fighter. He's a runt. He was the runt of the litter. So anyway, right now it's in Spirit's hands, and she made flyers. She's been going door to door to double check. And she's opened up her thinking, should we say, instead of being just focused on checking the couple neighbors next to her. She's opened up a little bit more, though I do feel that the animal is nearby. So these are some of the different tools we're using. Intuition, spirit guides. I love pets, beloved pets here, to determine where these animals are, so people can have some form of closure, right? That's huge. I will admit telling somebody that their pet is on the spirit side of life is very difficult. Because I usually do when I first talk to a pet parent, which is the best term for these pet parents, right? Pet mom or pet dad. Says, if I take this case, how are you going to be okay if I find out that this pet is crossed over? Plus now we're starting to get into some colder weather, you know? So basically this particular individual is open to hear it, but I'm not sensing that that animal is on the other side. And what I did too, I reached out to one of my fellow pet detectives, sent them a picture. I said, this is the name of this kitty. Can you please tell me what you're feeling? Is this pet here or on the other side? And I was confirmed from her that the pet was still here. And she even felt it wasn't far away from home, which is exactly where I'm being drawn. And it's all about trusting, okay? It's about trusting the guidance that we receive. Whether I'm channeling it from Earth Angel, whether I'm receiving the information from Sylvester, or whether my dear friend is picking it up from her guides. It's what I want to say, it's another one of the gifts that can come out of different types of communication, okay? Because we're talking animal communication here, right? We're talking the spirit communication. We talk the channeling. One of my dear fellow people, investigators, does remote viewing, and I've done it too. It's pretty powerful. Another case, Earth Angel, literally I sat to do a message with him and put out prayer and had a recorder and all of that, and let go, got out of the way so he could be the one to bring the message through. Well, anybody seen, oh gosh, you know the movie Christmas Carol? I think that's an old time movie. Well, in the Christmas Carol, Scrooge grabs a hold of each spirit when they come and he goes to where they want to take him. It's kind of like what the Earth Angel was doing with me. All right? I was holding on to him. He's showing me the view. And what we were doing we were going through the property where a couple animals, dogs, were possibly at. And it was clear like I was there.
You were.
Yes. And there's so many ways spirit can work with us. There's so many ways we can help these animals. Where did my pet go? Yes. There are other ways of tracking down animals. But this way, these ways here, I have found to be really, really positive. And matter of fact, I'm now seeing a pet coming across Joanne's screen. Must be a kitty cat.
Yes, it is.
Oh, he or she?
She.
What's her name?
Her name's Cammie.
Cammie. Awesome, awesome. So.
Oh, look at the face.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
She wants to be part of the action.
Well, she knows it's an animal show, so she's welcome.
Yeah,
She's
that's
very welcome. She knows animals are part of this.
Yep.
And wow, awesome, awesome. So, any questions or comments? I've just done a bit of talking here, and I have Judith, and I have Joanne. The Jays? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Comments or questions? And I know Judith has known a little bit more about this work from a couple other people, but right? No?
like June.
Yeah, there's June Elaine who's up in New Hampshire. Yep.
Right. And in the past, I have dealt with a woman from North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
I had her card, and I absolutely cannot remember her name now. It's been years ago, but she worked with my cat who was sick, and she was amazing.
So that was an animal communicator.
Right.
Okay.
And she worked too with his health. She lived here for a while, and she would come to the house and work with his health. She moved to North Carolina, so I would call her, and she was just amazing. I really, really was so impressed with her. But
Right.
I'll say that's been years ago. So
Yeah. Well, I guess if we're talking sort of pet investigator, pet detectives, the other type of pet detectives that I've used to has been your on the ground people. You know, they're out following clues and whatnot there. We may need to activate a little of that at some point here, but basically Spirit's been pretty good in helping us in other ways. So great. Joanne, would you like to share something?
Well, I saw when you posted that you were having this, and when you said, where did they go? I was more interested in, I have a cat that passed of cancer several months ago, and she was just such a lovely, lovely cat. Her name was April Showers, and similar to Cammie that just went by. Let me see if I can get a picture of her here. When you were talking about black and white, can you see?
Gorgeous.
Can you see her? She was on the, that's in front of the computer.
Of course.
Saying, I need attention, you know, and she was a lovely, lovely cat. And I missed her terribly. And I had originally was doing a lot of travel, so I got her to be a companion to Cammie. And all they did was like watch each other. They never really got along very well.
Oh.
But they'd watch what the other one was doing. And eventually April Showers became the ruler of the roost. And Cammie missed her for about 2 days. And then she was the princess again. So she's thrilled she's gone because she's back in the big bed, you know.
She's gone in some ways, but not in others.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Times I've felt she's around, other times I just don't feel her.
Okay. So you were actually looking to hope for a message from her is what you were doing.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. We may be able to sneak one of those in. It's not exactly the focus. And actually I do once a month I do messages on both my
Okay.
shows. Yeah. The 15th will be this show. It's messages from your pets, and it can be either pets who were here or pets on the other side. And like bring your picture along and we can tune in there. And then I also do messages of love from heaven on my Wednesday night show. I'm not sure if you heard me talk about this or not, called Love Never Dies. Okay. So I have 2 shows, both that I do Zoom wise. I think we might be able to fit something in before we close up here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you've been around mediumship a lot, probably mediumship more so than any of the animal communication, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. What did you think of some of the experiences that I shared, or something that maybe kind of came to you while we were talking?
Oh, I think that that it's great. I do polarity body work, and I think I met you at the time when my dad had passed.
Okay.
You know, and your mediumship was very comforting for
Awesome.
me. And
I hear that.
you know, I have a great respect for the work that you do, you know,
Thank you.
and yeah, it was just amazing and wonderful. And
And we're
you know,
talking. I've been out here as of Christmas. It'll be 5 years. I've been in Arizona now.
will it be?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've been up, and I've been a while since I've been up to. I believe you said the Salem Church, Salem,
Yeah.
Massachusetts. Okay.
Swampscott.
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 Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But
So,
awesome. Judith, you're doing some mediumship study, aren't you?
I have in the past. I'm not now. Connecting with you kind of brings up that feeling like I'd like to start again.
Ah. And how about you, Joanne? Do you do any classes?
I don't do any classes. I'm still working as a registered nurse during the day full time, and people have encouraged me to. I'm very, very intuitive. People have encouraged me to do that, and I just don't know when I'd have the time to do that. But when I do my polarity, I call it a hobby, and COVID really has impacted that
Mhm.
business. That you know, I find myself channeling people coming through, and I've also been able to tell people, you know, like something needs to come out, and then the next week the person's calling me saying they ended up in the hospital with a bowel obstruction, needing surgery, you know, things of that nature. Nothing more specific than that.
Right. Yeah. You were highly intuitive, and for you to be around the spiritualist churches, that's pretty what's the word? That tells me that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you have a comment or question, Judy? You had something to go and do tonight, didn't you?
Right. I didn't feel like I'd be able to stay. I'll stay as long as I can because this is fascinating to me. Boo's enjoying this too.
And that's the picture on the wall.
Right.
Boo. How do you spell it?
Boo.
Booo.
BOO.
Okay. And how old was Boo when Boo left this plane?
He was 11. He had cancer.
Okay. Yeah.
His second bout, we made it through the first bout, and he had 3 years. I think my carbon monoxide detector is about to go off. I think the battery is going out on it.
Battery's going out on what?
The carbon monoxide detector. I could hear a chirp, and I thought it was someone. I thought it was online, but I think it's mine.
Okay.
It always happens at night, doesn't it?
Let me see if I can bring my little friend up. He's not very far here, but I don't spook him.
Yeah, Sylvester.
You want to come up? Come here.
I've had a lot of cats in the past, Joanne. I don't have any pets now.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any. I do plan to have more. I
was going to ask you, are you planning on having more?
I do. I do want to have more.
He's not going to. He's not.
I'd like to get a dog and cat together.
Okay.
I heard Sylvester. I heard.
You heard him?
Yeah.
He scurried in the other direction. Anyway, but yeah. He's back. Hang on.
It had to be on his terms, not yours.
That's right. That's right.
Come here. Come here.
Oh, I can hear
Somebody else
that
coming
chirp.
in?
Do you
No.
hear it?
I
Yeah.
heard the dinging. Sound like somebody coming in, but no. Come here. Come here. Sylvester. Yeah, it's got to be on his terms right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a message for Joanne before we wind down. You hear him still?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can.
He's back.
He definitely wants to join in.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay.
Oh, what a beauty. Look at that. Oh, what a beauty. Hello, darling.
He's a
You're
heavy.
handsome.
Oh,
The heavy-
gorgeous.
He's about 18 pounds. He may be a little
Is he?
overweight.
How can you hold him up? Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see if he can hang out with me here. He wants to hang out. Okay. You good? Awesome. There's
He's
the
quite
ear.
the man.
There's the ear. Okay. 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 All right, Joanne.
Hmm.
Can you give me the name of the pet, please?
April showers.
For some reason, I want to make a comparison to the other kitty. There's a little bit more of a delicate nature to April
Yes.
showers. A little more, I don't like this word, but prissy, a little more,
The delicate one is Cammy, the one that's still here, the one that
oh,
walked
Cammy's
across.
still here.
Yes.
Cammy's okay, hang on, okay. So, April showers. There's a lot of, these two are opposites in a lot of ways. Can we say that?
Yes. Very. Yeah. April showers was like a bruiser.
Okay, okay, okay. They did have a few scuffles.
Yes,
Okay.
they did.
And you more or less had to put up with it.
Yes.
And they still gave each other attention,
Yes.
even though it wasn't
Yes.
necessarily loving attention.
Correct.
Okay. All right. They were both always on guard.
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking April showers again. I feel like her breathing started getting irregular before she
Yes.
passed.
Yes, it did.
And she lost control of her body movement, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
Okay. And it was really, really sad to watch. I do feel like you did everything that you could do for her.
I did. The last month, she really went downhill fast.
Okay. And she's really grateful for all that you did. Okay.
Mhm.
She was having difficulty eating.
Yes.
The food that she normally would have eaten just sat there.
Yeah.
Okay. And you tried to find some substitutes. You did a little bit, but it wasn't really enough.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Sylvester. Okay, you got a message here? Huh? What the cat's name again is?
April showers.
April Showers. April Showers is a girl, right?
Yes.
She's a pretty girl.
Very pretty.
And I'm feeling like Sylvester's giving me that. You heard him talk a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Because he can sense spirit on the other side. Earth Angel overshadows him sometimes. So I often will call him Earth Angel when it's Sylvester.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You like her, huh? You do, huh? Yes. She's a pretty girl. She's a very pretty girl. Okay, all right. We done? Is that all the mess? Gonna get tail in the face? Excuse me. No, he's done. Apparently, he just wanted to do a little bit of message. Cammy, who's here,
Yes,
is the one who's light-footed,
yes,
whereas this other one here is more.
yes, very much so.
Okay, all right. That was cute. I'm sorry. He's helping me still learn, still
Yeah.
learn to connect with him. She's okay. She used to sleep on the bed with you in a certain spot,
Yes,
right?
yes, she did.
She still does. You know that
I wasn't sure.
because Cammy doesn't sleep there.
Not there, no.
Cammy is very aware that she is around.
Okay,
Cammy might get a little moody once in a while, right?
yes,
That's because the other kitty from Spirit is around. And a
okay,
little bit of that anxiety, that little bit of, I'm going to call it angst that went on between the two of them.
yes,
She is still aware. Cammy is still aware of it.
because I've noticed Cammy staring off, or like she's looking at something, and I'm like, what are you looking at? And that must be what she's looking at.
April showers.
April showers.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. And you have seen April showers in your dreams, right?
Yeah, very much so.
And she comes in when she wants to give you a little bit of a hug. It's
Yes.
almost like whether she's not actually giving you a hug, but her being present in the dream is she's giving you a hug.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about Cammy's diet that needs to be adjusted. Are you aware of that?
I'm not sure. She's always been a very finicky cat.
Okay. Okay. This is what I'm hearing from April showers. Because Cammy's getting older.
Yes, she's 14.
Okay. Okay. All right. And to make sure that Cammy doesn't get into any plants that aren't good for her.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, many plants can make animals deathly sick. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like during the night you could receive a message from April showers.
Okay.
All right.
That would be delightful.
Ask her to bring something to you.
Okay.
Maybe on your awakening to take a quick run to the bathroom.
Okay.
Waking in the morning, something. And I want to also go with Judith, who's listening still here. That's the best time for you to hear from Boo Boo. Or Boo. You used both names, didn't you?
He had a lot of names.
Okay, but that's the best time for you to receive from Boo. Okay.
Okay.
You've thought about getting another cat if Cammy were to leave.
I'm not sure yet.
You've thought about it. Is what it's crossed your mind. It's crossed your mind.
It's crossed my mind. I'm single, and this guy I was going to date had 2 dogs, so I'm just leaving my options open at this point.
Well, it isn't just about that kind of a situation. It's when these animals come to us, they come to us with healing energies for whatever's going on in our lives.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to say, Cammy's been doing her job. Cammy's a girl still, right? They're
Yes.
both girls, right?
Yes.
Cammy's been doing her job, and so did April showers.
Right.
Actually, April showers was here when there was a lot of emotion. there was a lot of emotion is what I'm hearing.
Right.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
okay. Wonderful. All right.
Thank you
Question.
very much.
You're welcome. I'm going to leave you with that. And just know she's around.
Okay.
She's
Great.
around. And she's still feisty. Can I say,
Yes.
I'm going to say feisty with her. So she's got a uniquely marked face, right?
Yes. Yes, she does.
Very different than the other kitty that wandered across the screen.
Yes.
It's very special to her is what I'm
Mhm.
and yeah. And she could be finicky with her food too, couldn't she?
Well, they found her on the streets of East Boston, and she was almost, emaciated.
Yes.
And I think somebody kicked her out because she was pregnant. When I got her, you could feel her ribs. She did not go far from the feed bag. She was always there to eat.
Yeah.
And
But she didn't know when there was going to be food again. That's what
Right.
happens.
Right.
That's what happens when they're out on the streets. So
Yeah.
anyway, but I want to, okay, thank her for coming in. Thank you, Sylvester. He's within distance from me, but he's not crying away. So,
Yes.
okay, so tonight we talked about, where did my pet go? Well, obviously, your pet, April Showers, is in the spirit side of life. And with a number of other animals that you've had over the years, and they're all kind of creating a home for when you come across, which is going to be
Right.
sometime, okay?
Mhm.
And that's basically what happens. So, comments or questions, ladies?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to start closing it down then, okay? We're going to have on this particular show, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I found out for this particular show next week, don't know what's going to happen, but I found out for today's show this morning. I hopefully it won't be that late. It won't be that late. But the Love Never Dies radio show, my Wednesday night show, which you might be interested in too, Joanne.
Okay.
Because you're from whereabouts?
I'm in Danvers, 20 miles north of Boston.
Okay. I'm going to have somebody from New Hampshire,
Okay.
Amy Major.
I don't know her.
I know she was a member of a couple of the churches in that area. She does work. She's written a number of books on rescue mediumship.
Okay.
And so we're going to be discussing rescue mediumship, which is obviously very important right now, because rescue mediumship involves individuals who've passed to the other side, and either they weren't ready or something traumatic happened and they're still stuck between the planes is what happens.
Okay.
And that they need help
Mm-hmm.
to find their way to the light.
Wow.
And that also gets into a number of protections and different things like that. So
Okay.
it should be an interesting show. So anyway,
Okay.
but I want to thank you both for coming in tonight, and I want to thank anybody else listening to this show. Once it's been posted to YouTube, thank you for being here, and to please take time to listen to some of the other recordings, and to like the channel. The channel is my full name, Pamela Marie Edmunds. Okay, and YouTube, there is some recordings from this show and recordings from the other show, and I have some recordings of some channelings I've done along the way. Still looking to get more in there, but it'll take some time. So anyway, but thank you all, and I look forward to having any of you here with me next week, either for Wednesday night show, which is Love Never Dies, or our animal show, All Animals Deserve Love, on Thursdays. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Be safe, be well, and God bless all. Okay.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, dear.